Women often go to the toilet in the company of friends for various reasons, including sharing comments and touching up makeup. Women are more likely to reach pleasure during ovulation. Human testicles can produce 1,500 sperm during every heartbeat. Restless feet might walk you into a snake pit. Women between 40 and 50 may experience more intense pleasure compared to when they were younger. Semen contains zinc and calcium, which have been proven to prevent tooth decay. The foot is one of the most common sources of physical fetishism in Western society. When two elephants fight, it is the grass that gets hurt. Women generally maintain eye contact during conversations with men they like. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Touching a woman's lips can result in arousal for almost 70% of women. Don't set sail on someone else's star. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate your mind on the present moment. Makeouts are more emotional for females as compared to males. For males, it's more physical. Do not call a dog with a whip in your hand. Women's purses are always full of useless stuff. They think they might help them someday, and I tell you, they never do. Appreciating the smell of her partner increases the chances of falling in love by 97%. Using creams during foreplay in specific areas can intensify stimulation. No shortcuts exist to the top of a palm tree. Happiness will never come to those who fail to appreciate what they already have. Understanding limits and desires is crucial for a positive, intimate experience. Never share tears in front of your wife, no matter how much you are in pain. Communication about preferences and boundaries fosters a more satisfying sexual experience. Women who touch their own bodies frequently tend to have higher levels of love hormones. The more you psychologically stimulate a woman, the easier it is for her to reach pleasure. Learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourself. Women prefer a male genital organ between 6 and 8 centimeters in length. Providing psychological stimuli leads to a satisfying, intimate experience. A man who uses force is afraid of reasoning. A woman is more likely to want to commit adultery during ovulation than at any other time in her cycle. It turns out that a person can be friends with up to 150 people in his entire life. Women who make love frequently tend to have greater libido and feminine energy. Women's desires and arousal levels vary throughout their menstrual cycle. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Satisfying a woman physically can lead to a positive cycle of repeated experiences. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Women get drunk more quickly than men due to a lower water percentage in their bodies. 38% of women accept dates just for free meals. A woman's voice may quicken and become higher-pitched when she's attracted to someone. Women worry about their appearance when she's sleeping with you. Recognizing signs of attraction contributes to a deeper emotional connection. A person should not be too honest. Straight trees are cut first, and honest people are screwed first. One who plants grapes by the roadside and one who marries a pretty woman share the same problem. If you heal the leg of a person, do not be surprised if they use it to run away. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. Women find men 3 times more attractive when they perceive interest from other women. On a day when you don't encounter any problems, you can be sure that you are traveling on the wrong path. Offering attention and empathy when a woman is upset can make her feel better. Avoiding ambiguity helps to prevent being seen as just a friend. I have just 3 things to teach you: simplicity, patience, and compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. 68% of women admit to considering having an affair if they knew they could get away with it. Some women love their best friend more than their boyfriend. There are 3 things that must be done quickly: burying the dead, opening the door for a stranger, and fixing your daughter's wedding. Use your enemy's hand to catch a snake. When she is thinking about intimacy, she will be more likely to invite you inside her home. An arrow can be pulled out of a wound, but a hurtful word stays forever in the heart. When you are truly thirsty, you don't desire 1,000 pearls. Don't try to make someone hate the person they love, for they will continue loving, but they will hate you. Love doesn't rely on physical features. Never marry a woman who has bigger feet than you. The loveliest faces are seen by moonlight, when one sees half with the eye and half with the imagination. A man's scent can arouse a woman's interest and even lead to love. Do not treat your loved one like a swinging door. You are fond of it, but you push it back and forth. Love doesn't listen to rumors. Women in their 40s are turned on by successful businessmen. Women appreciate when their signals through body language are noticed. Experimenting with different techniques and positions can enhance pleasure for women. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. People in their 20s have intimacy more than 80 times a year. Wealth, a friend, a wife, and a kingdom may be regained, but this body, once lost, may never be acquired again. Connection transcends physicality, involving emotions and nonverbal signals. Attention to nonverbal communication is essential for an enriching, intimate experience. Nonverbal indicators like pointing toes or playing with hair signal attraction. Teasing and giving nicknames can indicate attraction. After intercourse, women appreciate continued intimacy rather than the man turning over and sleeping. Depression can occur when a woman is aroused or involved in an act of love. Women spend an average of 15 to 20 minutes deciding what to wear each morning. However long the night, the dawn will break. In the moment of crisis, the wise build bridges and the foolish build dams. They don't want an honest answer to the question, "How am I looking?" A girl's heart beats faster than a guy's. There are only two ways of dealing with an evil person or thorn: crush them under your boot or stay far away from them. If you are alone for a long time, soon you will accept loneliness. You will never know your potential if you are afraid to be alone. Girls are better at multitasking. Girls don't dress up for men. They always dress up for themselves according to their mood swings, location they are going, season, waxing schedules, period cycle availability of suitable accessories, etc. You can tell if a guy is really hurt or in pain when he cries in front of you. Boys don't look after good-looking girls. They prefer neat and honest girls. Boys go crazy over a girl's smile. Learning is a weightless treasure you can carry easily. Boys hate it when girls talk about their ex-boyfriends. When a girl says no, boys hear it as "try again tomorrow." If a boy tells you about his problems, he just needs someone to listen to him. You don't need to give advice. Distant water does not put out a nearby fire. When a boy says he is going crazy about a girl, he really means it. Boys don't like girls who punch harder than they do. Listening well is as powerful as talking well, and is essential to true conversation. Boys love girls who can cook or bake. Boys like those girls who respect and like their mom. Patience is a bitter plant, but its fruit is sweet. If a boy lets you go, he really loves you. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Boys hate girls who overreact. Boys love you more than you love when they are serious about their relationships. The house of a tyrant is a ruin. Boys seek advice not from a boy, but from a girl. Girls' height doesn't bother a boy, but their weight does. The monkey is a gazelle in the eyes of its mother. Boys have strong passion to change, but have weak willpower. Trust me, if a boy cries for love, no boy can love you more than him. Opinion comes before bravery. If a girl wants to win a boy's heart, respect his mother. He will be ready to die for you. Boys are tigers in their peer groups, but become tamed pussycats in front of their girlfriends. The wisest person is the one who can forgive. When a guy looks at you, he is amazed by you or he is criticizing you. If a boy suddenly asks you for a date, ask him first why. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. In a book of many words, there is bound to be a mistake. You can truly say that a boy has good intentions if you see him praying. If a man loves you and leaves you, trust me, you hurt him a lot, and he was silent. If the wind blows, ride it. A man doesn't show his love too much, but they love their parents, siblings, wives, and children in heart. Necessity is the mother of invention. Never ever disrespect a man in front of anyone, because he may go crazy, he may leave you, he may slap you, he may kill you. He will never forget. Men can do anything for their parents, wives, siblings, and children to survive. Women can't see their men's hard work. A man without a smiling face must not open a shop. Solve one problem and keep 100 others away. A man will never sleep with a woman before marriage if he really loves that woman. Note, all boys are not alike. Everyone has a different way to live their life. Some facts cannot be true. Guys love flirts. A guy can like you for a minute and then forget you afterwards. When a guy says he doesn't understand you, it simply means you're not thinking the way he is. Are you doing something? Or have you eaten already? Are the first usual questions a guy asks on the phone just to get out from stammering. Guys may be flirting around all day, but before they go to sleep, they always think about the girl they truly care about. When a guy really likes you, he'll disregard all your bad characteristics. Guys will do anything just to get the girl's attention. When guys want to meet your parents, let them. Guys want to tell you many things, but they can't. And they sure have one habit to gain courage and spirit to tell you many things, and it is drinking. Guys cry too, but in private and silently. When you touch a guy's heart, there's no turning back. Guys usually try hard to get the girl who has dumped them, and this makes it harder for them to accept their defeat. Men are known to fall in love faster than women. Romantic love lasts a year. After that, attachment love sets in. Some psychologists say that humans cannot be just friends with the opposite gender. Research shows that a woman is more drawn to a person when she is not sure how much he loves her. If you want to know if someone loves you, look at their eyes. If we are in love, the pupil expands up to 45%. People who are really in love tend to get jealous over stupid things. Women are the first to say, "I love you," in a relationship, in 66% of cases. The way a man stands counts for over 80% of a woman's first impression. More than half of people who believe in love at first sight have already experienced it. Falling in love at first sight is apparently true, according to psychologists. People generally prefer an attractive face over an attractive body when they are looking for a long-term relationship. Mimicry is a sign of attraction. Research has shown that we mimicry the actions of people we're attracted to. If you're close to anyone, when you read their text, you can hear their voice in your head. Psychologically, it is impossible to be just friends with someone you have fallen in love with. On the basis of a psychological study, a crush lasts no more than 4 months. If it exceeds, you're already in love. Make sure you love yourself before you start to love someone else. Overthinking kills your creativity, lowers your mental performance, leads to stress, and destroys your self-confidence. Who becomes angry easily over silly things might just subconsciously desire to be loved. A person may break your heart, but never give them the power to break your spirit. Staying quiet doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It means you don't think they're ready to hear your thoughts. Psychology says pretending to be happy when you are in pain is just an example of how strong you are as a person. Someone becoming angry with you will motivate you to work harder in more creative ways. Maturity is when you know the other person is lying, but you just smile and let it go. Your voice changes a bit every time you talk to someone you find attractive. People who sleep with multiple pillows are often lonely and depressed. Anger triggers the region of the brain associated with honesty. That's when the truth comes out. Remember that people will always question the good things they hear about you and believe the bad ones without a second thought. If someone waits for you, it does not mean that they have nothing else to do. It just means that nothing else is more important than you. Dreams carry more weight and meaning than our conscious thoughts while awake. 70% of your dreams contain secret messages. Grief is like living 2 lives. One is where you pretend that everything's all right, and the other is where your heart silently screams in pain. Helping one person might not change the world, but it could change the world for one person. One great lesson I learned from my life: there is no market for your emotions, so never advertise your feelings. Just show your attitude. Some people are so important in our life, not because we enjoy their company, but because we feel so lonely in their absence. Being rejected causes activation of the parts of the brain associated with physical pain. It only takes a few seconds to hurt someone, but sometimes it takes years to repair the damage. 90% of the time, we forgive people because we still want them in our lives. It may seem like arguing with your partner may signal the end of a relationship, but it actually often helps couples bond better. Sleeping being next to someone you love makes you fall asleep faster, reduces depression, and helps you live longer. When you talk, you're only repeating what you already know, but if you listen, you may learn something new. It only takes one lie to completely change a person's perception of who you are. Rivers never go in reverse, so try to live like a river. Forget your past and focus on your future. Always be positive. Staying quiet doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It means you don't think they're ready to hear your thoughts. Hugging and cuddling kill depression, release anxiety, improve skin, and strengthen the immune system. One of the hardest tests in life is the patience to wait for the right moment. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. Life is such a great teacher that when you don't learn a lesson, it will repeat itself. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you in darkness. Baby smiles an average of 200 times a day. The average woman smiles 62 times a day, and the average man is only 8. Love is when nothing is okay and everything is hurting you a lot, but still you want the same person over and over again. One day you'll be just a memory for some people. Do your best to be a good one. When you stop trying to change others and work on changing yourself, your world changes for the better. Text messages from the person you care about can have a positive effect on your body and instantly improve your mood. Pretending not to care is the habit of someone who generally cares the most. It is known as an emotional defense mechanism. You will never be truly happy if you continuously hold on to the things that make you sad. If after ending a relationship, you still stay in touch, chances are one of you is still in love or never was. If you meet someone in a dangerous situation, your chances of falling in love increase. Take a deep and long breath and give yourself 2 minutes of rest, because nothing is going to go along. Men change their minds up to 3 times as often as women do. Also, men are more likely to make impulsive decisions than women are. When you delete necessary people from your life, good things will start happening, and it won't be a coincidence. When it comes to relationships, 85% of people don't want perfection. They want effort. When someone stares at your mouth during a conversation, they're probably thinking about what it would be like to kiss you. When a person dies, they have 7 minutes of brain activity left. It's a mind playing back the person's memories in a dream sequence. Being rejected causes activation of the parts of the brain associated with physical pain. 70% of people claim to be okay when they're not, simply because it's hard to find people who will actually listen and care. Psychology says friendship is not about who you spend the most time with. It's about who you have the best time with. Women often find themselves more attracted to someone with the ability to make them laugh. Laughter strengthens relationships. Thoughts and ideas don't go away easily because we keep nurturing them every day. A good apology has 3 parts. 1, I'm sorry. 2, it's my fault. 3, what can I do to get it right? Most people forget the 3rd thing. When a woman wants to end her love for you and leave you, she will first do these 2 things. First, she will change her tone, and then she will stop giving time. Seeing or even glancing at the color green can make a person more creative. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, so don't stay mad for too long. Learn to forgive and love with all your heart. Don't worry about the people that don't like you. Enjoy the ones that love you. Your energy introduces you even before you say anything. The way you dress is linked to your mood. Dressing well stabilizes and improves the quality of happiness, reducing the risk of depression. Take your financial life seriously. Money is a defense to a lot of challenges. To put everything in balance is good. To put everything in harmony is better. Be equally indifferent to blame and praise. The best way to gain self-confidence is to do what you're afraid to do. Stay patient. The best things happen unexpectedly. The heaviest burden we carry is the weight of our expectations. A good laugh and a long sleep are the 2 best cures for anything. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. How others see you is not important. How you see yourself means everything. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. He who is satisfied with his lot is rich. Treat your parents as you would like your children to treat you. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for your peace of mind. In order to love who you are, you cannot hate the experiences that shaped you. Ask no questions and you'll be told no lies. Someone once told me the meaning of hell On your last day on earth, the person you became will meet the person you could have become. Being lonely and being alone are different things. A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. How much money does it take to make a man happy? Just $1 more. And how much money does it take to make a woman happy? The more it is, the less it looks. There's no point in being grown up if you can't act a little childish sometimes. You don't have to be great to start, but to become great, you just have to start. Never let others know your weaknesses. Instead, always try to show your positives. He who builds on the people builds on the mud. You don't get extra marks for putting up with people you dislike. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Be kind to people without allowing them to take advantage of your good nature. If you're not happy with yourself, you'll never be happy in a relationship. Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. Do not shake the green apple tree. When the apple is ripe, it will fall down by itself. Just trust your instincts. Gut feelings can sometimes save you from big troubles. You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness. Work at your job and make a living. Work on yourself and make a fortune. No one in this world will stand up for you like the way your parents do. Always be there for them. If a woman's vagina is too tight, it means that she may experience discomfort or pain during sexual intercourse. Don't die until you're done. Never attribute to malice that which can be adequately explained by stupidity. Men are moved by two levers only: fear and self-interest. The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who fight battles we know nothing about. According to survey, no matter how small is your dick, if it's 3 or 4 inches, you can still fully satisfy a woman. Even if the hen is poor, it cannot leave blank eggs. You from having good friends. Everything has a pattern and a partner. He who burns down his house knows why. Ashes cost a fortune. The house rat who goes swimming with his friend the lizard will die from the cold. There is a good reason why natural water never runs at night. The womb is not a boat. It cannot carry as much as a boat. Getting what to lend out, and at the same time, how to demand it back for payment might be a tussle. Dry thunder that tears the sky doesn't make you forget the storm of yesterday. Don't make a goat your friend if your skirt is made of plantation leaves, or else it will strip you naked. Epi is a man who goes hunting for rats and catches an elephant. Even when there is no rooster, the morning will still start. Being blind doesn't mean one cannot dream or imagine. Any dead fish can flow down the river, but it takes a live one to swim back upstream. Buy the truth but never sell it. An elephant grows and becomes an adult, even if people do not like it. The problem with the palace attendant isn't how to steal the king's drums, but where to play them from. The one who sleeps in his room knows where it is leaking. A word written stays forever, more than 100 spoken words. Don't admire the flying bird before you know the pain of flapping. The lion may be king of the jungle, but he knows he shouldn't stand in the way of the elephant. This music and dance always come from home. The mouth does not know the limitations of its master. The great tree chooses where to grow, and we find it there. So it is with the greatness in men. Truth is the first victim of war. A weird child at times brings sweet fruits at home. Someone who wants everything loses everything. The tortoise said it wanted a box, but its hand was too short. Those who arrive at the spring first drink the purest water. To neglect one's ancestors would bring ill fortune and failure in life. Debt is slavery. The sun shines on those who are standing before it, shines on the people kneeling under them. A predator thrives where unfamiliarity hides. Though the leopard is fierce, it does not devour its cubs. The one who shows off himself in every place will one day search for where to hide. The secret of success is to start from scratch. African though it is the hand that gives, the man must be thanked. The mouth does not forget what it tasted only one time. The light of 1,000 stars doesn't equal the light of the moon. Truth is like fire. It cannot be hidden under dry leaves. To love that one who never loves you is like rain falling in the forest. The grass may be greener on the other side, but it is just as difficult to cut. The eye looking at the sun will not need an advisor before it blinks. The echoes of the departed resonate within us. The bird is up in the sky, but its eyes are on the ground. The ancestors may annoy you, but don't make a mistake of annoying them back. They may annoy you forever. Take what you need and leave our land the way you found it. The cheapest way to improve your looks is to wear a smile. Sanity is the playground for the unimaginative. The moon, a divine muse, inspires praise and awe. One day cannot make an elephant rot. It is in the house of a coward that people gather and point to the tomb of yesterday's warrior. It is a foolish fly that is buried with a corpse. Only a goat that is tired of life invites a lion to dinner. Not all the baboons that enter a maize field come out satisfied. No matter how long a fallen tree stays in the river, it can never be a crocodile. No matter how big a child is, he cannot deny that he was once carried on the back of a woman. Never blame a messenger. No matter how small a pin can be, a hen cannot swallow it. Kinship is like tough gourds. When they knock each other, they never break. Many rats never drill holes. Life is what you make it. It's only a dead man who has everybody on his side. It's better to ask than to steal. It's the absence of a cat that allowed the rat to climb onto the table. A drowning man plucks at a straw. The straight path is the best one. God lets us sink, but not drown. Birds of a feather flock together. One should honor the old, one should teach the young. Fear not a guest. If one throws salt at you, you will not be harmed unless you have sore places. Eavesdroppers hear no good of themselves. Second thoughts are the best. Beggars can't be choosers. Everyone should have a happy, healthy distrust. One certainty is better than 10 uncertainties. One today is worth 10 tomorrows. Hunger is a spice for any meal. If you share your friend's crime, you make it your own. All is well that ends well. Forget other faults, remembering your own. Every man thinks of his own geese as swans. Man proposes, but God disposes. Men are like fish. The great ones devour the small. One swallow does not make summer. Being alone is not even good in paradise. Poverty is the reward of idleness. What is learned in the cradle lasts to the tomb. Faith is half the battle. Great minds think alike. The apple doesn't fall far from the trees.
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. Once you feel you're voided by someone, never disturb them again. A love like that was a serious illness, an illness from which you never entirely recover. Remember, when you point a finger at someone, there are 3 more pointing back at you. It's possible to love a human being if you don't know them too well. Keep your distance from people who will never admit they are wrong and always try to make you feel like it's all your fault. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead. The problem with the world is that the intelligent people are full of doubts, while the stupid ones are full of confidence. Sometimes you climb out of bed in the morning and you think, I'm not going to make it. But you laugh inside, remembering all the times you felt that way. I wanted the whole world or nothing. The problem was, you had to keep choosing between one evil or another, and no matter what you chose, they sliced a little bit more off you until there was nothing left. The less I needed, the better I felt. Every time you judge someone, you reveal a part of yourself that needs healing. There is always one woman to save you from another, and as that woman saves you, she makes ready to destroy you. An intellectual says a simple thing in a hard way. An artist says it in a hard thing in a simple way. Being alone never felt right. Sometimes it felt good, but it never felt right. The difference between a democracy and a dictatorship is that in a democracy you vote first and take orders later. In a dictatorship you don't have to waste your time voting. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. As the spirit wanes, the form appears. Some lose all mind and become soul insane. Some lose all soul and become mind intellectual. Some lose both and become accepted. You have to die a few times before you can really live. There are worse things than being alone, but it often takes decades to realize this, and most often when you do, it's too late. And there's nothing worse than too late. If you're losing your soul and you know it, then you've still got a soul left to lose. Love yourself unconditionally, just as you love those closest to you despite their faults. People with no morals often consider themselves more free, but mostly, they lack the ability to feel or love. There's a loneliness in this world so great that you can see it in the slow movement of the hands of a clock. Begin saving the world by saving one man at a time. All else is great, grandiose romanticism or politics. Health does not always come from medicine. Most of the time, it comes from peace of mind, peace in the heart, peace of soul. It comes from laughter and love. If you reveal your secrets to the wind, you should not blame the wind for revealing them to the trees. No matter how many times a snake sheds its skin, it will always be a snake. Remember that before allowing certain people back into your life. When people start talking against you, it means you are growing. If you're in a position to help someone, help them. God just might be answering that person's prayer through you. One of the best feelings in the world is knowing that someone is happy because of you. Every work has to pass through hundreds of difficulties before succeeding. Those that persevere will see the light sooner or later. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Don't feel sad over someone who gave up on you. Feel sorry for them because they gave up on someone who would have never given up on them. Every woman deserves a man who loves and respects her. Every man deserves a woman who appreciates his efforts. The couples that are meant to be are the ones who go through everything that is meant to tear them apart and come out even stronger.
Even the strongest people make time to help others, even if they are struggling with their own problems. Sometimes, quiet people really do have a lot to say. They're just being careful about who they open up to. Discussions are always better than arguments, because an argument is to find out who is right, and a discussion is to find what is right. If a woman lacks for a long time, soon she will begin to understand that she wants more than just physical contact. She will long for an emotional bond that vibrates in harmony with her heartbeats. Real loneliness is not necessarily limited to when you are alone. Without literature, life is hell. Don't stress about the closed doors behind you. New doors are opening if you keep moving forward. Hugs matter. Remember, one hug from the right person takes all your stress away. It takes about 66 days for an average individual to make something a daily habit. Studies say that individuals who could instinctively use sarcasm to tackle a frivolous question have healthy minds. Individuals who have a deep sense of guilt are better at identifying the emotions and concerns of the people around them. We're naturally second-minded because other people don't approve. Yawning to have someone else's yawn is a normal phenomenon, despite not feeling exhausted or asleep. One of the myths regarding its infectiousness is that people catch it to express empathy. An average individual's mind wanders 30% of the time. Eye pupil rises to 45% when an individual looks at somebody they love. During the 7 minutes of neural activity before dying, you will see your memories in a dreamlike pattern. Having siblings is proven to help with getting along well with peers. The way an individual treats the employees at an establishment tells immensely about their character. Normalize marrying to a man who isn't financially stable. You can grow together. Don't put pressure on men. People at the same level of attractiveness are more likely to end up together. When you love someone more than they deserve, surely they will hurt you more than you deserve. If the relationship doesn't make you a better person, then you are with the wrong one. In times of discomfort, men typically prefer to touch their faces, while women prefer to touch their necks, clothing, jewelry, arms, and hair. Invest your time in someone that makes you feel appreciated even on your worst days. That's real love. Staying quiet doesn't mean you've got nothing to say. It means you don't think they're ready to hear your thoughts. A girl is happiest when she knows you make her your everything in front of everyone, every time. According to the study, people over the age of 70 years were found to live 22% longer lives if they had a network of true friends. Smiling too much is generally a sign of someone experiencing emotional pain. When you find a king, keep him. When you find a queen, love and protect her. Don't reshuffle your cards, because you might end up picking a joker. Real love is when you know they'll never come back, but you still miss them in a single hope. When someone lies to you, it's because they don't respect you enough to be honest, and they think you're too stupid to not know the difference. Love is a kind of heavenly passion that can be enormously pleasing and blissful. Women get to a point in their life where it's not about sex anymore. It's about having a real man to love, trust, and have her back. When a woman no longer gets frustrated and upset with you, you can almost guarantee that she doesn't care anymore. Men and women who listen to similar music tend to be better communicators and have long-lasting relationships. Nothing is as beautiful as seeing someone who has been unlucky in relationships finally being loved effortlessly by the right person. Relationships are not about kisses, hugs, and romance. It's all about trust and never giving up on each other. Ever keep your distance from people who will never admit they are wrong and always try to make you feel like it's all your fault. Men and women who listen to similar music tend to be better communicators and have long-lasting relationships. Women are more comfortable with someone who tries to get to know her before trying to form a relationship with her. Psychology says friendship is not about who you spend the most time with. It's about who you have the best time with. There are some people who always seem angry and continuously look for conflict. Walk away. The battle they are fighting isn't with you. It is with themselves. Ironically, sometimes the people who don't talk to you are the ones who really want to. Many people think love is full of joy, smiles, romance, but the actual truth is love is full of hurt, pain, and crying. When you cut off someone from your life, they will never tell people the full story. They will only tell people the part that makes you look bad. Don't force someone to remember you all the time. Just stay silent and let them realize how they will be without you in their life. A finger that wipes away your tears during hard times is greater than the 1,000 hands that clapped for your success. When someone stares at your mouth during a conversation, that person desires to kiss you. If you want to know if someone loves you, look at their eyes. If we are in love, the pupil expands up to 45%. A good relationship is with someone who knows all your insecurities and imperfections, but still loves you for who you are. Some people aren't antisocial. They're just very selective when it comes to who they associate with. Loving someone you don't see every day is not a bad thing. It's just proof that love is not in sight, but in the hearts. You never realize how much you love someone until you lose them.
so don't take it for granted. You're most likely to have a crush on someone you actually know well and interact with regularly. It's a man's job to respect a woman, but it's a woman's job to give him something to respect. Once you love someone truly, you may get them out of your life, but can't get them out of your heart easily. A true man does not need to romance a different girl every night. A true man romances the same girl for the rest of her life.
If you break a man's heart and he still respects you, has care for you, you have no idea what you have lost. The worst kind of pain doesn't come from enemies. It comes from people you love and trust the most. People change for two reasons. Either their minds have been opened or their hearts have been broken.
You keep a lot to yourself because it's difficult to find people who understand. Sometimes, things that hurt you the most teach you the greatest lessons of life. Keep your distance from people who will never admit they are wrong, and always try to make you feel like it's all your fault. A man who truly loves you and wants you to be in his life forever will never give you reasons to doubt him. People who spend a lot of time on the internet are more likely to be depressed, lonely, and mentally unstable. Someone who becomes angry easily over silly things subconsciously desires to be loved. Fresh water does not dry up until everyone drinks from it. Be a good person, but don't waste your time to prove it. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. A woman's beauty does not lie in her face. A child who is not used to being beaten will cry if you touch him. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. Take care of your health. Establish good habits that will serve you for the rest of your life. Someone who loves you will not ask you to change, but will help you become better. Whoever is patient in a moment of anger will be saved from 100 days of sadness. Your time is a precious gift. Make sure it's given to the right people. Whoever does not learn from his mistakes will repeat them. Don't think there are no crocodiles just because the water is calm. You don't have to handle everything on your own. Be willing to ask for help. You cannot grow unless you are willing to change. Someone who loves you will tell you the truth, even if it hurts. Transformation happens only when you put your total energy into it. Chase experience, not things. What you do with your time will enrich your life more than anything you can buy or own. Think good thoughts. Being unhappy is a waste of your precious time. People will start missing you when they see how happy you are without them. Family isn't only defined by genetics. It's the people who love, support, and value you. The only person you can change is yourself. Accept others as they are, but don't expect them to be someone they aren't. Not every closed eye sleeps, and not every open eye sees. When you meet failure, remember that your ideas may not be wrong. Sometimes you've just got the wrong audience. The difference between a successful person
and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. Trying and failing is not laziness. The bad worker blames his tools. When you cut off someone from your life, they will never tell the people the full story. They will only tell people the part that makes you look bad.
The bad news is, time flies. The good news is, you're the pilot of your life. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. If a tree doesn't know how to cut, the wind will teach it. No one can be an expert at everything. Don't let what you can't do hold you back. If a woman doesn't love you, she will call you brother. The only woman who knows where her husband is every night is a widow. If you treat someone's leg, don't be surprised if they use it to escape. There are no virgins in the maternity ward. Tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. There is always hope on the other side of despair. The family is like a tree. It can bend, but it cannot break. A man who has a good wife will never be on the road. No medicine can cure hate. If you find yourself getting upset by small things, it may be time to focus on healing. He who grows grapes on the side of the road and he who marries a beautiful woman share the same problem. He who does not have a fence around his land has no enemies. The marks of the whip go away, and the effects of insults do not go away. If a deaf person does not hear the sound of thunder, he will see raindrops.
If the members of the herd are united, the lion will sleep hungry. Focusing primarily on your problems will only create more problems. Love is like rain. It doesn't choose the grass it falls on. The one who loves you is not the one who sees you every day, but the one who searches for you with his heart. Don't look for where you fell, but where you slipped. A wise man fills his head before he empties his mouth. If a woman screams during intercourse, you know that she is aroused. Once you carry water with you, you will remember every drop. Even if you make mistakes or progress slowly, you are ahead of those who are not trying. Success isn't built by the amount of time you put in, but by what you do during that time. If you raise a human being, you are raising one person, and if you are raising a woman, you are raising the whole family. It is better to be poor in youth than to be poor in old age. Your friends' problems become your problems. The smaller your social circle, the fewer problems you have. Most people stay in the same place for a reason. The things they hold dear are the anchor that holds them in place. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forwards. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. You spend all your health initially for wealth, and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. Every person in your life is a teacher. Some bring lessons about love and support, and others teach you what to avoid. Lower your expectations. Having high expectations of yourself and others is a recipe for chronic dissatisfaction in life. With every failure comes the experience needed to do better. Don't ignore a problem you see coming from a mile away. That foresight is a gift. Don't squander it. Pay close attention to those who say they love you, because so often they don't. They only use you. Trust in yourself and your first instinct on decisions. People are great at keeping secrets. They don't know. The people who say you can't and you won't are usually the ones scared that you will. You don't have to feel good about it. You just have to keep going. The feeling will pass, but you will remain. Don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Today is the oldest you've ever been in your life, and the youngest you'll ever be again. Don't judge each day by the halves you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. If you are a so-called nice guy, you will be screwed up in the worst possible way you can ever think of. Learn to be self-sufficient and realize you are a mortal who will suffer horribly later if you don't become independent and resourceful. Success is 5% brains and 95% consistency. Don't lick old woman's private area until you respectfully ask for consent and ensure that both parties are comfortable and willing to engage in any activities. Be careful who you call your friends. Rather have 4 quarters than pennies. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Set boundaries that work for you.